We're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Artifact Artist Spotlight Spaces. I'm Ferry. I'm joined by Cass. Hey, Cass, how you doing?
You're doing? Talking to a goat today, so it's gonna be a fun one.
Goat indeed. SirSnapback, it is an absolute honor to have you here on the Spaces. This has been a long time coming. How you doing?
Bah, bah. it's gonna be the whole interview. No, I appreciate you, Kaz, bro. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. I'm recovering, honestly, after a wicked first introduction to summer. It's been my wife's a teacher, and the kids, obviously are in school, so they're off all summer, and so summer's just started. And they always say, we know you have to work during the summer, so we're gonna keep it easy on the activities. But as soon as summer starts, it's like we have 1 trillion plans. So I'm actually halfway dead. Just got back from where did I get back from? Austin and Vegas in the last 2 weeks. So it's been exhausting, but I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you, and good to hear that you're slowly recovering. You're always on the road, but you also do a billion things at once. So I'm just thinking, how do you balance it all? How are you doing this?
I don't know how I'm doing. I don't know. Honestly, I just try to do my best. Is I think how I do it. I mean, I try to have a plan. I'm a person who likes to have a plan. I like to kind of. I guess my strategy is, generally speaking, my very basic strategy is, when I wake up in the morning, I try to have a quick moment of prayer/meditation where I think about what I'd like to get done in the day, and I ask God to help me get what I need to get done today. And then, I kind of have a bit of a plan, and then I try to work through the stuff in the day. And, I've, talked to a therapist in the past that has advised me. I've always had an issue with not doing enough. And she always tells me, just make a list for the day. If you do what's on the list, you've done enough. Like, that's more than enough. And even though I do that, I still never feel like I've done enough. But I try to make the list for the day. I don't always get through it because, it's a busy day. And then at the end of the day, I try to take a moment of meditation/prayer and thank God for what, not only what I've accomplished today, but just like, what I was blessed, what I was granted, all the good things that happen. I feel like I'm asking for stuff in the morning, so I want to be thankful in the evening for everything that happened. So that's kind of my strategy, is to balance it too. And I guess for me, a big part of the work-life balance, it's hard because I feel like maybe my priority is more family than work than the traditional split. And that may not have always been the case, like anybody else. I feel very guilty about this, splitting up these different responsibilities because, obviously, running a company, owning a company, it's not like I just clock in and clock out and it's like, who cares what gets done today? Like, I'm passionate about what we can accomplish. And so, but I also, I remember talking to somebody, and they kind of told me, it was our pastor, Rick Warren from Saddleback Church. He says, he's been to tons and tons of funerals as a pastor, tons and tons of funerals. And he said, never once has he ever been on somebody's deathbed and they said they wish they worked more. They wish they would have finished that project, or like, they always wish they would have spent time with family. So when I really hit the crunch time and I have to decide between the two, I tend to lean towards family because I feel like you can't get those moments back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's so many wise words. I feel like you could have clipped like the first 6 lines and then the last 6 lines and the middle 6 lines, and any of that would have been just like words to live by. Definitely the meditation stuff and the daily schedule. That shit, I can see it. You got 5 kids. I know you got to be praying in the morning to get
every morning, bro. Because because the thing is, things come up, right, with all of us. But there's 7 of, when I say us, for me, there's 7 of us, and so things come up every single day. And because I do run a business, I have a little more, because I don't have a direct boss being my clients. and my wife are my boss, I have a little more flexibility to Lincoln forgot his saxophone. The baby has pink eye. We need to go to a doctor's appointment. I locked myself out of the car. Like I'm the one available to run all the errands. So I feel like I'm like half business owner and half like stay at home dad, even though like I'm not a stay at home dad at all.
Well, let's. I think it's good for the people who might not know you or know what you've done in the past. It would be cool to get your background on how you even came to this place where you can be this, stay at home, killing it, dad, still moving and making things happen all across the world, filming and covering content with everybody. There's a lot of cool lines on your resume, man. So I want you to name drop a little bit, flex a little bit on us.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I guess like a quick little, brief little, like, I don't know how I got here, bro. I'd be asking myself all the time, like, how the heck did I end up here? I certainly don't know how I ended up with the five kids, but I'm grateful for all of it. But I came up, my stepfather was into video production, and so when I was a kid, he had like Final Cut Zero, like before Final Cut was even out. We had like a video toaster, we had a Commodore at home. We had all like, I remember when the first edits come out where you could do like a wrestler edit or like shooting a basketball edit or like a snowboarder edit, and it was like so cool in like 1991. And so it's like, you couldn't do this at home, and I could do it at home, and yada yada. So I got into video, went to USC film school. I got my like I guess a couple random facts about that. I got my bachelor's and my master's from USC film school, which is super rare and super random because they don't like to admit people. Like, you don't want your student body made up of people that already went to your school. Like, you want people from all over the world and different backgrounds and diversity and all that stuff. And so like there was nobody else that I knew that was at USC that also went to USC for their undergrad. But it's one of the best film schools. And so I another fun fact, I was in the marching band in during college, and I was there during the Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart national championships. Got to go to all those championships and go to China and go all over the world. And I did film there. I studied movies undergrad, and then I did production grad school. And my thought process was just I should learn about the history of filmmaking before I start making my own, I guess. So like I did photography. I studied photography and art history and cinema, and like watched all these like old classic Hitchcock films and French New Wave and all this good stuff, and then did production. And then after I did production, I went to work at a couple production houses where they were. I did one production house I worked at. One of our main clients was Red Bull, and so I did a ton of stuff working with Red Bull, a ton of action sports stuff, high paced energy action sports stuff, and then I moved to another production company that worked a little bit more on reality TV and on and our main clients were like universities and hospitals and things like that. And I was the lead cinematographer and the lead editor there. And we did a bunch of stuff. I was definitely very fortunate to work with a ton of people. Fun fact, and I guess something interesting that me and Dre have in common in the past. So I actually had a reality show that I was pitching that starred Kendrick. It was Kendrick Lamar, Dom Kennedy, Deaf, Deaf, Deftone, and oh my gosh, what was the female artist? I'm blanking at the moment. It was called Who Got Next, and Janae Aiko. Janae Aiko was the female. It was called Who Got Next, and we shot a pilot. We worked with them on a bunch of stuff to try to get the show going. Ultimately, we weren't able to get the show going because this is before they all blew up, and they were all blowing up at the time. Like Kendrick and Janae, and even Don, like they were all blowing up really big. And so there was a lot of just pull and push and pull on the creative rights to the show. But went to South by Southwest with them, filmed a ton with them out there in South by Southwest, and LA. I was kind of really involved with a lot of just kind of that early up and coming LA hip hop scene around that time. Scheme, Dom Kennedy, Kendrick, Cool Roy, did a lot of music video stuff. And at a certain point, I guess I just decided I wanted to. At a certain point, I decided I'm using a lot of my skills to make money for other people, and I wanted to use those skills to make money for me. So I said, let me kind of take everything I've learned working at these production companies and apply them starting my own company. And while I was at the production company, I got to work with a lot of cool people. I got to work with Kobe, got to work with Paul Gasol, got to work with Kiefer Sutherland. I got to work with I got to go to Tokyo and Ethiopia and Sweden and all kind of places to do shooting. So it was a really cool experience. Something I am grateful, by the way, anybody that's just thinking about video production, I've gotten to see a lot of cool places that's taken me. So that's been cool. But I started my own production company, which is sheesh, a long story in and of itself. But I decided to take the leap. It was very much a moment of God in my life. Started the production company. Um, we had maybe two kids at the time. And I guess since it's a show about both, my wife and I went to the same high school. Briefly, I wrote in her yearbook. We had crushes on each other in high school, but we didn't date. I wrote in her yearbook that if we were single at our 10-year reunion, we should go out afterwards. And we went to our 10-year reunion together. We reconnected through MySpace and Twitter, and we got back together, had a couple babies, and my lovely wife, who's incredibly supportive of me, let us take a huge leap. We were living in LA at the time. We had two kids, I believe, or yeah, two kids, and we are one kid and pregnant with the other, and we packed up and moved back in with my mom. Took out some loans, bought a bunch of equipment, marketing, did all that stuff. Started like literally just jumped off a cliff, started the business. And I was very, very fortunate in that a lot of clients found me, and with my videos, they show places. Um, and people see the videos and they say, who did that video? And they reach out to me, and so it's been a lot of word of mouth, and I've been very grateful for that. And it's kept me busy. I mostly do mostly corporate videos and commercials, and I'm very grateful to be able to be doing something that I love, and something that allows me to spend the time with my family that I need to spend. Because yeah, I have five kids. They're 11 or 12, I don't even know all their ages because there's so many. They keep changing. There's so many and they keep changing. I can't keep track anymore. 12, 9, 6, and the youngest are 2. So I have identical twin 2-year olds, and they're all boys. So it's very busy. They're all in baseball and basketball, and my oldest is in band and chess club and drawing club and church, and it's a lot. So I don't know. I stay busy. Life is fun and exhausting and chaotic all at once.
Can I just say how much I love your wife? She exudes so much warmth and just comfort and safety. Like when I met her, I was like, Mama.
Thank you. I agree 100%. I couldn't do it without her. She definitely holds everything together.
Absolute legend. But I really want to go back a little bit further, snap it back even more. I wish I didn't do that. Before you got into like film school and stuff, did you always know that you were going to end up in this industry, or did you have other plans?
No, I always wanted to be a fighter pilot. I wanted to be a fighter pilot. I wanted to be a fighter pilot. I knew I was going to be a fighter pilot. You see, the helmet is no joke on SirSnapback. I was obsessed with Top Gun and Iron Eagle and F-16s and F-18s and air shows and F-15s, and I was a fighter jet nerd. I wanted to be a fighter pilot, and I'm not gonna lie. I think what kind of deterred me from being a fighter pilot was every time I talked about it, everybody had told me I had to be good at math, and I hated math, bro. Math was like the number one subject so as a kid, they just crushed my dreams because I'm like 7, 8, hating math, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna have to know a lot of math," and I'm like, "All right, never mind. I guess I'm not being a fighter pilot." So yeah, that didn't happen.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. I've never had to thank maths before, but thank you for bringing Sir Snap down this route instead. We really, really appreciate you here, but that is crazy that you have the helmet and it all like aligns with that story. I had no idea. That is so cool.
Yeah, no, and on my clone, I really felt like I anybody who's been obsessed with clones, I spend way too many hours just browsing the collection, looking at all these clones. And you know what? Like I think what a lot of people find, like I love my clone because it's me, like it represents me. Like there's a lot of clones that have whatever cool features and all this, but this one like I feel like it looks like me. I love fighter jets. I want to be a pilot, so it's like my alter ego. And then, I went to USC. I'm a university guy. I was in the marching band and all that stuff. So I got the Letterman jacket. And, and I wish I had ice grills. Like, if that's my alter ego, once again, if I was cool, then I would have the rainbow grills like that, you know.
2052, I can see it happening.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Cash, you got any questions?
Nah, I'm still digesting, man. I didn't even. I love the leap that you took with your wife because I think that's that was one I had to set a like a mental applause off because that's a scary thing for a lot of people, and you definitely did it and did it well. I think, and it's super dope to see that you and your family are thriving. So I just wanted to give props to you for that.
Yes, thank you. And if I could, I would like to really briefly share that story because I feel like it's one of the more special moments of my life. And if I talk to any people, I feel like that if don't feel comfortable sharing such a story with. I feel like it's just a very defining moment in my life. But and I think I may have mentioned it on another podcast at some point. But basically I was just going through a tough time in life, and life was crazy and chaotic and busy and new parent and all that good stuff, and I decided to go on a church retreat. And I had never been on a church retreat before. It was my first church retreat ever as a men's retreat, so like I had to go off with all these like men I didn't know, and I wasn't like super religious at the time. And I mean, I've always been Christian, but just pretty casually. And so anyways, I decided I'm going to go do this church retreat to learn about me. So I go do the church retreat. We're talking around the fire late at night, and I'm talking to the guys, and one of the guys asked me like, have you ever asked God what He wants you to do with your life? And I said, I guess I haven't. He said, you should do it. And I said, okay. So I'm walking back to the cabin late at night, all alone, and I stop in the middle of nowhere, and then I just decide in the middle of the woods, like I'll just ask God now. So I say, God, what would you like me to do with my life? And I like if you, oh, I had this like God give me a sign type of moment, and I heard the sound. I opened my eyes, and there was this deer like standing right next to me, and it was like the most beautiful deer ever. I went to this retreat like 4 or 5 times later and never saw another deer. It was just standing there looking at me, and I'm tripping out like, because I'm thinking like, okay, I asked for a sign, but is that I need a sign that that's a sign, because that I don't know what's happening. And so I kind of closed my eyes back, and I didn't move. I just kind of closed my eyes back, prayed a second more, opened my eyes, deer was gone. And I thought, I don't know where the deer went. And so then I was walking, and I heard some sounds. And then the deer was just like walking next to me, and it just like was walking alongside of me pretty much all the way back to my cabin. And like, I didn't have like the epiphany in that moment to start my company, but like within like 2 weeks, the idea had consumed me, and then it was just off to the races from there. So I don't know, it was a very strong moment in my life where I really felt like, God was pushing, that there was a presence pushing me in the direction that I was supposed to go in. So yeah.
Nah, that's beautiful, and that's some top level spiritual stuff. I don't know if anybody else has heard some of those things where like there's a lot of similarities with spiritual creatures and deer and things like that. And if you're in touch with nature, it always says something. So man, yeah, that's crazy. I love it. I think it's so cool because you've definitely done what most people want to be able to do, which is to kind of take your own matter into your own hands and provide for your family like you're trying to do. But we got to ask, man, with that many kids, I already know a little bit, but do you think they all going to end up working at the company? Are they all going to be cinematographers and
Hey.
VPs and stuff? Like, what's the deal here? We gonna have like a whole like what's the Wayans family
Yeah, right.
coming
Like
by?
there's a Michael Jackson. I got the singers. They be, that's why I said I need to get like Mike had the Jackson Five. Like Joe had the Jackson Five. I need to get y'all all in shape. And everybody, my son actually literally said to me yesterday or the day before yesterday, we're on vacation. Probably on Father's Day or yesterday maybe. He's like, Dad, what if I just took your company? I'm like, bro, how could you like you wouldn't have to take what you're gonna have a freaking what is it called when the pirates take over the ship? A mutiny. You're gonna have a mutiny on the company. So, anyways, I told him, you could have the company, but some are more interested than others, and I can tell like I don't know what the baby is yet, but I could tell kind of who's creative and not. But that's kind of one of the reasons we started our YouTube show, our family YouTube show, which is another thing that we do is because we're a very active family. Like we don't rest much. We are always doing something. Like I said, in this last 3 weeks, we went to Disneyland, an Angels game, Disneyland, a concert, a family party, Vegas. then to Austin for a water park thing, and then we're back to here. And we're filming episodes and doing all this stuff. And we were already doing all this stuff before we were filming the episodes. And I was already doing videos. So part of the goal, with doing this thing, I mean, the biggest goal, is obviously just having fun and documenting our experiences. And we love to watch the video, and they're like priceless memories forever. But if one day we could, even just make enough money to pay for our family vacations, like that would be awesome. And if the kids can make a little money to help spend on the trip, or our family vacation, so we can actually do the stuff that we're paying for, that would be great. And this trip we actually took, this water park trip, was our first sponsored trip. Like, we got paid to go out there and review the water park and have fun, and just make wonderful memories. And so that was awesome. So if we could do that, I think that would be really cool. And like, shout out to Jace for Jace Bennett in our community for he does that with his family. And man, I'm sure it's really hard and a ton of work and comes with a lot of things. But if I could make a living with my family working together, both doing what I love, which is already making videos, and and um and also doing what I love, spending time with them and traveling, that would be an awesome goal.
Oh my god, that's so cute, and congratulations. By the way, Disneyland is honestly, I think, my favorite place on earth. When I came
And
to LA and saw you and we were talking about it, you were like, you have to go, you have to go. I'm like, yeah, I'm like 33 years old and I still haven't been. And I got to go with Tommy, Illa, Joe, and Beb and Yops. And it was the most magical experience. It was so great. Now I understand why you keep going back. Um, I wanted to open the floor to anybody who wants to come up and speak with us. Feel free to do that. But I do have a lot of questions. I want to ask, how do your kids feel in front of the camera? Because they look pretty confident.
yeah, no, they've gotten used to it. They all have different personalities. My oldest, he's like the teenager, so he's like he likes to do it, but he's like kind of cool. He's not so he's not always the first to volunteer, but I think he likes to do it. But he's always kind of too cool for school. He keeps it short and simple. My 8-year-old is like, he's our little movie star. He has a big personality, and he's very outgoing. He's the one who always meets a new friend at the park. So if we need somebody to do a review, we're like, Maverick, get over here and do the review. And then my 6-year-old, he's Mr. Contrary. I don't know how, but somehow already at 6, his shtick is he hates everything. Everything we review on the show, it's bad. He doesn't like it. Doesn't taste good. He doesn't want to do it. He's not having fun. And so he has this shtick, and he refuses to let it go. I don't know. And to be fair, it's not even his shtick on the show. It's a shtick in life. He's just contrary, and just he swears he doesn't like anything, and nothing's cool, and boring, and whatever. He's our little, what's that show, Daria or whatever. He's our little pessimist. So and then the twins, we pretty much just try to keep them from running away and getting lost while we're filming, which they've been known to do a time or two.
That definitely has happened a time or two. Yeah, I'm thinking back to just Secret Song, bro.
Yeah.
That was a funny day, man.
Yeah, you witnessed it for sure. For
But
sure.
we got some others who jumped up. Let's throw it to Dre. We also got Zay in the house. But Dre, what's going on, man?
Yo,
What
I
up?
wasn't even ready. I was doing some push-ups. But what's good, man? I'm on my Air Max, my AirPod Max. Hopefully this sound good because I can't hear myself.
Yeah, you
But I
sound
had to.
good. I never like to use mine either. They never work.
It's weird, right? It's mad crazy. Technology is supposed to be better than this. But no, I had to go up and say what's good, man. I'm glad you got to come up here and tell your story. I want you to really deep dive into what you're doing because you've had your hands in so many legacy pathways outside of this project and artifact and this community. Like you said, you working with Kendrick and them and Janae at such an early time, like you setting the course with them. It lets people know the vision that you have when it comes to execution for next level people and ideas and creativity. And that's something that shouldn't be looked over because it always gets applied to the next thing, right? Like I remember you being here early talking about things. I remember you letting people know how you felt about the project early, investing early. you know what I'm saying, doing everything that you need to do to get this thing where it is today. And that should be celebrated, bro. Like you coming through for NFTLA, filming that with us, going to Japan, um, Sneaker Con, Complex Con, Nike this year. Like, let the people know who you are and what you're doing, man, because none of this would be the same without your contributions, your time, your energy. And we all can now understand how important that is because you've taken that away from your family to convert it over to this family. And that's very important and should be celebrated. So thank you for that, bro.
Yo, thank you. I appreciate it, man. And it's been a beautiful and crazy thing, this NFT, digital collectible, whatever you want to call it, journey, that we've been on. And I know you touched on a lot of things, but just kind of finishing up there. It's been a crazy, crazy journey, and for all of us. And I think one thing that I'm constantly reminded, once again, it's this, and my wife constantly reminding me, is that like I've honestly met as as a grown man who is out who's busy with his family, and who is running a business and all that stuff. I have some friends from high school that I talk to and I catch up with, and we hang out sometimes. But I'm not out there making. I'm not the most social person, believe it or not, making relationships and doing all that stuff. And so I would just say, like, through this journey, man, I have made so many legitimate relationships, not just like casual like relationships, but like legitimate relationships with people like you, with people like Zaid, with people like Cass, with people like Ferry, with people like Alf, with people like so many people like Jace, like you know what I mean? So many people that are. And the crazy thing, like my wife likes to remind me the unique thing about the space in general, but especially our community, the artifact communities. There's so many talented creators. Like there are so many talented, truly talented people in so many different aspects. Like, when you see people working on something, it's like, oh, this person did the music design, this people did the sound, this person did the voiceover, this person did the visuals, this person did the writing. Fairy comes up, like, I thought I was watching a video when she opened up the spaces. You know what I mean? Like, and like, I've developed genuine friendships and relationships that have between, but it's a two-way street. But like you said, I have gone to NFTLA and Tokyo and Complex Con and the artifact events, and every event I can, and I chop it up with everybody I can, and everybody's been so cool and been so loved, and I made so many relationships. Even right now, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about this, that, or the other, but I'm chopping it up with my boy Ninja, cooking up something, because he reached out to me, and that's another relationship that I built through this space, through these people, that's just absolutely like priceless. And so, and even with the most recent dunks video, the same thing, working with so many different people, and so it's just I'm grateful. I appreciate you, bro, and I'm grateful for I guess you're right. Before, just kind of circling back to what you were saying earlier, I've always been a person who very much believes in doing their best, going the extra mile, not following the pack, doing what's right, doing what's cool, trying to be original, forward thinking, and going the extra mile to make something stand out. And I do believe that's why I've been successful. Every client that I've ever worked with has hired me back, not once, not twice, but multiple times. And I do believe, like, I'm the type of person where, and I guess you're not supposed to say this in business or whatever, but like, I tell the client, look, this is the budget, this is what I would like us to do. Client tells me, I don't have the budget, this is the budget I have. I'm probably still gonna give them the same product of the higher budget, even if they didn't have the money, because I can't help myself, because I want it to be the best, and that money's gonna come back around, in my opinion, on the next job and the next job and the next job. So that's kind of my mentality, and like how I like to work and think about things.
Nah, that's the alpha, I think, especially as a creative, and especially in the video production world. It's such a like a freelance kind of headhunted mercenary style mission industry, and building that just clientele base that you have, where you're regularly working with just solid people, and what you're trying to put out there. And man, you put out films. I had to tag the post Kane put up, because it was one of my favorites. When the video went out and everybody was sharing it, Kane said something about how it reminded him of that movie with like Phil Knight and everything. And that's the kind of stuff that, like, if you can do that as an artist, like that's what it is. It's art. You're really showing people what you're trying to do. But I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's throw it to Zaid. We got him up here. Zaid, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, man? Hey, I had to come up and ask you. You mentioned Kendrick and South by Southwest. Do you remember what that year was?
I want to say it was 2000. It was somewhere between 2009 and 2011 for sure. Uh,
So, were you at that infamous mansion party where the fucking crowd got so hyped and that they broke the roof or the floor, the wooden floor?
no, I was not at that. I was not at that.
Oh, okay. No, I just wanted to see if you were there because I was there.
Okay, yeah, yeah. No, I was. It was in Austin for sure.
No,
Um,
it was in Austin. It was at this after hours party called Ilmore that my homies throw or used to throw for South by. And yeah, they had Kendrick at this like mansion thing, and it was kind of like an not exclusive, but it was like if you knew, you knew type of thing. And
uh-huh.
yeah, like it got so rowdy in there that the fucking floors basically cracked.
I believe it, man. Those were wild times. South by Southwest was crazy, man. It was a really dope experience, and that was my first time getting out there to Austin and getting to see how everybody does it out there. And man, got to eat some good food when I was out there. But yeah, everybody was turned up and having a great time. So I believe it.
I
That's
love
all
it.
really I had, bro. That's all I really had. But yeah, man, much love to you, and it's awesome listening to your story for real. You've done a lot, so GG's to you, my bro.
Appreciate it, fam. I actually just got my Staple vs. Age shirt. I got one for me, got one for the son. I had to get one for him because he'd be very upset if I did not. So I got the shipping notification late last night. Very hyped about that, and we love your work, both of us. Got the stickers all over the laptop, all that good stuff. So big fans as well. And I was just gonna say too, like even just like I was saying before, Dre, Compound, so like man, there's so many people. Like I could name people for like probably an hour and still be forgetting to name people that I think are so creative and talented and I'm inspired by and grateful to be like, friends with, to be able to call friends and have a relationship with. So you're definitely on that list. Harlan Kuro, man, I can't even start because I'm gonna forget people I don't want to forget.
Well, bro, I've definitely been on record saying multiple times that you can say whatever you want about Artifact, blah blah blah, but at the end of the day, this community has probably the best overall creators out of every community in the space, and that's just facts.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And on really quick, just like pivoting like on this dunks video, just touching on that, like that's something that really was super awesome for me as a creative as the creative, as the creative behind it. Because with Artifact, one of the things that we wanted to make sure we did was make sure we present this kind of future forward, digital, futuristic um story of the shoe, and so I wanted to be have a very heavy digital footprint. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of work to create good digital assets. And the community and Artifact themselves, between the stuff that they've like commissioned and professionally done and the stuff the community's done, and there's just so many dope 3D assets that have been created in the past. And so I was able to draw like on able to draw on some of those, and that allowed me to focus more just on the visual, the 2D visuals and the real life visuals and the in-person visuals. And so I just want to say, like the video wouldn't be, I don't think the video would be as dope as it is without all of the super dope 3D animations and effects. And I know so many different people contributed to so many different things that we used in that video. And so I want to just give a shout out to everybody that contributed in that way too, because I think that really helped make the video what it was.
Yeah, man, you got to give us the rundown. How was it filming in Oregon? Because I think it is super cool, bro. Going to the headquarters, that's a dope one.
Oh man, yeah, bro. Like I was actually on a shoot, and Zach called me up and he says, we're chit chatting, and he says, but he just casually drops, we're thinking, might you want to fly up to Nike headquarters to do something? I'm like, what? Yes, bro, sign me up. Where, when, where? Like I will be on the plane tomorrow. And so, we get to talking about it, and shout out to Zach, because this man was doing a lot of work. Like, this man's doing so much work. He's coordinating everything. He's doing all this stuff. And then come to find out, he texted me one day, like, I just had a baby today. I'm like, bro, what do you mean you just had a baby? You've been like, go. You know what I mean? Like, but he really helped organize everything. And so, and shout out to the team. We had, a bunch of pre-production meetings. Shout out to the team for taking the time to hop on, calls and voice calls and video calls and talk about. I know everybody's really busy. The Nike team and the Artifact team talk about, what our goals were, what our plans were. This was a really unique project in that I feel like on sneakers, most of the time, you're just trying to learn about the shoe, right? Like, you just need to introduce the shoe. But a lot of people watching this video don't know what NFTs are. They don't know what Web3 is. They don't know what artifacts are. They don't know about the Dunk. They don't know about the OG Dunk. They don't know about the Dunk Genesis. And then this is the Dunk Void. So is this video about the voids, or is this a video about the dunks, or is this video about artifact? Oh, and by the way, you got 2 minutes to, to tell all this. So there was a lot of like decision making that had to be done and ahead of time, and a lot of planning to kind of figure out what were the key elements of the story we wanted to tell and get across. And so shout out to everybody, obviously Ben, Clegg, Zap, Toby, for working with me on that end, and everybody for getting me the renders, and a lot of people actually helped out. And then on the Nike side too, they were absolutely amazing. They, like I said, they were on the calls too, and I flew out there. I actually got there a little bit before the Artifact guys, and the Nike team greeted me, and they were super 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 duper hospitable. Alex and Tiffany and Derek, Tiffany and Derek really showed me around a lot, and they were really awesome. Alex too, and just helping me get absolutely everything that I needed. Anything I asked for, they were like, either we can get it for you, or we have it, or we'll try to get it for you. Or a lot of it was, well, we may not have it, but we'll see like the closest that we could do in there. And so it was really cool. So like I get there and I pull into the Nike studios, and I park, and I'm like, oh, this building's so dope. This is crazy. I start taking pictures. Then I realized that was the parking structure. I'm like, whoa, like this is the parking structure. Then I start walking, and I see another building. And I'm like, yo, this building's so dope. And I start taking pictures, and I'm like, oh, this is the parking structure again. And so like it was really crazy. And so so funny story. Right before, literally, as I am parking to go into my first meeting with the Nike team at Nike headquarters, Kendrick drops Euphoria. Like right at that moment. And if you know me, I'm obsessed with I was obsessed with everything happening. And Kendrick hadn't said anything up to that point. It had been crickets. So I'm like, Drake Kendrick, he called him out for this beef. He ain't even gonna say nothing. Like, I don't respect that. How you gonna call a man out and then not even say nothing and blah 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 blah, and like, and then so like I'm like, the meeting starts at 12. He dropped at like 11:58. I'm sitting in the car at 11:59. Like, oh man, I'm about to be 3 minutes late to this Nike meeting, but I gotta listen to the rest of the song. And so then I'm like listening while I'm walking up to the meeting. I walk in the meeting, and then I have to just like shut my brain off and pretend my group chat's going off. Shout out to the CloneX LA chat. All my group chats is pinging me, and I'm trying to think about the Nike, focus on this. But yeah, man, they sat down and they started pulling out all kind of, bro. If anybody who's a fan of what Artifact is doing, would have lost their mind if they were in my shoes, because they definitely started pulling out all kind of really cool stuff, and I was just like mind blown. And I really got to talk with them, and they really didn't hold anything back. And I guess one thing that I want to kind of throw out there that I don't want to forget is just that one thing I took away from the Nike team is that the Artifact guys are really pushing boundaries and are really putting the work in to do things that are next level innovation, never been done before, absolutely crazy to even try to do, and things that they're not allowed to do. Like, literally, Nike would not let them do things like this on other projects. And so I really respected that. It wasn't, I think that, like I said, I only have partial view. So, I'm not, I have a very limited window, but I think there's this impression, I think, out there that I think a lot of people have this impression that Nike's just running Artifact and making them doing everything and pulling the puppet strings and Web3 and controlling them. And I very much have the very opposite impression. My impression from seeing everything run is that they're letting these guys do what they did to get them where they got them, and they love them for them, and they're letting them be them. That's my impression. but I could be wrong. But anyways, so yeah, we had the meetings. I went to do the Tech Scout. Funny story. When I did the Tech Scout, they were shooting the commercial for Serena Williams' new shoe. While I was doing the Tech Scout for our shoe. So that was cool. I was like, okay, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm doing my Serena Williams level. And so, anyways, they took me in the Serena Williams building. I got to see, like, it's very open. So I had to sign an NDA, so I can't tell y'all nothing. But I just got to see shoes I never saw before, and like every Nike airbag outside of the airbag, and like all these materials, and like it was like I was in Santa's workshop. I was literally losing my mind, geeking out, I got to see so much cool stuff. And then where we filmed at is actually Blue Ribbon Studios, which is where they do, if you Google it, it's like where they do all of the kind of really cutting edge, boundary pushing, experimental stuff with fabrics and designs, and it's where they do all the cool stuff. And that's literally where we filmed at. So that was really epic. And yeah, and then we did the filming. Shout out to the guys for being super awesome and amazing to work with. They're always, we have a good rapport, and I think that goes a long way. Like, we can sit down and chat and have a conversation, and it was easy, man. To be honest, like, it wasn't like a stressful day. I feel like everybody had fun, everybody had a good time. It was a positive vibe on set, and I feel like what I've learned, I guess that's another big thing I'll just throw out there really quick, is when I started doing videos, I'd really obsessed, like, the lighting has to be perfect and the camera has to be perfect and everything has to be perfect. And then I like realized, like, all my stress that I was causing by obsessing about everything is not worth the better little 2% of the angle correction. Like, what's more important is, like, everybody's having a good time, everybody's got positive energy, we're having fun. That's more important than getting the perfect shot. Like, as long as the shot's good, which it will be, and everybody's positive good, it'll be good. But quick little story I want to tell about the legend. I got two quick stories about the legend. I could tell stories about all of them, but Chris, we asked Chris to come in and bless us with some drawings on the board. And so, he comes in, he said, "You want me to draw on the board?" And I said, "Yeah, we just want some stuff for the background." He said, "Okay, let me get a marker." And takes a marker, and I asked my DP to grab, my cinematographer to grab some B-roll of him. And he just starts, all those drawings you saw on that board, he did them in like 15 minutes max. Like, I'm talking about freehand, just like off his head. And they look so good. And I was like, my brain was just melting. I was like, how is he doing this? And then later in the day, we were doing this top down setup, and I had the void on a void background, and I was doing these really moody, like, product shots, not the spinning ones, but it's a shot you see on the opening shot of the video where the light sweeps across the shoe. And originally I wasn't having the light sweep across the shoe; it was just lit in a very moody way. And Chris walks in and he says, "Hey, got an idea, Snap. What if you turn off all the lights and then move the light across the shoe, like really dramatic, like, like this?" And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll try that. And it ended up being the opening shot of the video. Look, but he just came in like this little mad scientist, just like, he's like, he got little goatees, he's stroking his little goatee, thinking, and he's like, what if we tried this? And we tried it. And another, I guess, another quick little funny story is that, so the background you see in all the product shots, they're actually blinds. They're actually the blinds of that space. And we had a lot of ideas, and I had a lot of different things that I wanted to do for the background of the shoes to give them this, like, black hole type of vibe. But those blinds were just so cool. And like, we came up with the idea of using a hazer and backlighting them. So shooting the light through the back, through the holes, so that they were backlit. So it was dark in front, backlit behind. But I guess it's just a great example, in my opinion, of, in filmmaking, you have a plan. Or in my opinion, I always have a plan. I bought all these projectors to do these crazy, like, galaxy projections and stuff for the shoe product shots. But then I saw the blinds, and so you have a plan so that you know what you want when the plan goes out the window. And it's all about just improvising and using what you have there. And like, I think those shoe shots turned out absolutely epic, and we're literally using the blinds of the room, and that was totally spontaneous. So.
Nah, that's so sick. That is so crazy, because that is like I've never seen a backdrop like that. Like, I don't know where you would find that or how you would set it up. I just assumed you were a magician, like you do, and you just, you pulled something out of your magic bag, because you do come prepared, bro. So I wouldn't doubt you.
Yeah, I had all kind. So, and like, so speaking of which, so when I flew out there, so what I did on this shoot was I flew. I didn't bring my entire crew out there just to help be more budget conscious. I hired a local crew that, you know, was vetted and I felt comfortable working with. I traveled though with some gear, and then some gear was provided by the local crew. And so, but I was trying to take everything I could out there, obviously. And so, literally, all of my bags were packed to, like, there wasn't 1 pound to spare. Everything was over 49 pounds. And then, you know, I get there, and of course, I already knew this was going to happen too, because I've actually been out there before. And they're like, yo, we got you. We can hook you up with the Nike employee store. You want to go shopping at the Nike employee store? And I had already done all the research, bro, because I have not 1 pound to spare, and one extra bag was $120, and that's going to negate any savings that I can justify spending at the Nike. Like, I'd have to spend like, it's not even possible. So I couldn't even, bro. I did all that, and then I couldn't even go to the Nike employee store. So I was very sad. I came too prepared. I should have left them damn projectors. Didn't even use them. Should have left them damn projectors, and you know, made it happen.
Yo, man, you're supposed to ship. You buy from the Nike store and ship it to the crib, and you don't have to worry about all of that because it'll be one flat shipping cost. That's how you negate all of that situation right there.
And that, you're right, that was my backup plan, because that's exactly what I thought of. I'll just buy it all and ship it, but then it just became a time thing. Then I just needed the time to, you know, go shopping at the store, get down, you know, to the little FedEx and ship it. And anyways, I didn't even. Yes, but you are correct, sir. I did. It was that serious where I had already gotten to that level of thinking, and I was like, all right, if I could just ship it. I literally had that epiphany, like, wait a minute. Companies pay for shipping and they can't pay $120. So maybe I could just buy some and ship it. Yeah,
I don't
bro.
know, bro. You got some Jordans that you're gonna get. You getting a couple boxes. It might start stacking up, you know.
Yeah, no, and you know, speaking of which, I got the voids notification this morning. I got my dunks coming, which I'm super hyped about. My son's got, you know, my wife's got them coming. My son's got them coming. My son's been asking me, Dad, when's the shoes coming? Dad, when's the shoes coming? Dad, when's the shoes coming? He can't even fit them because I bought them big, just to, you know, so to make sure that last thing I wanted was to buy the shoes and they come and they're too small. So I got them a little too big for him, but yeah, everybody's excited. And very happy with how the video turned out. And like I said, I can't say nothing but great things about everybody from the Artifact team, everybody from the Nike team, everybody from my team, everybody from my local team, everybody from the Seattle team. Like, you know, the thing about, just I think about so much stuff, you know, this space, a lot of space, all these creative things, is some things I guess are very independent. And like, you know, like Zaid, you know, like what you're working on is a lot more you focused, right? Like, you're zoned in, and I'm sure you do have help along the way. But, you know, with filmmaking, it's just very, very, very collaborative. It's a very, very collaborative process, and there's just a lot of people working together. And I think that's, you know, that's a big part of the key to success. I think a lot of times if you try to cut corners and have one person doing way too much, that's where the ball gets dropped and the product may not be as good. Because, you know, if that person is very talented, you can't just, your brain just can't go that many different places at once. And it's like, you know, that's what I've realized, is like, yeah, I can do everything, but it's not as good when I try to do everything. And I've always very much been like a jack of all trades as opposed to an ace of any, I think. And so I think I've been kind of trying to make a transition from less of a jack of all trades to more of an ace of a couple trades, and then trusting other people to be the ace of their trades. And that's kind of, I think, something that I'm working on moving forward, and a goal I have for the future, both myself and the company. So.
Snap, how long have you been in this industry for?
Well, I mean, honestly, like I said, honestly, it's been my whole life, because my stepdad did video production. But I went to USC Film School and straight away in college, undergrad, and when I was 18. And then, you know, I've been doing it, you know, even in like when I was a kid, we used to make slam dunk videos. Like, we used to go out in the front yard with the video cameras and lower the rim and like do all these crazy angles and then go and edit it together. And we used to like we did like there was back when In Living Color used to come out, we did this like skits called like In Vivid Color, where we would like remake our own skits. And like I remember back in the day, like the new Bad Boys is out. Like, my brother's dark skin and I'm light skin, and I remember like the Bad Boys trailer, we took it and we like reshot all the scenes, just the ones that showed Martin or Will. And then we kept all the other scenes from the trailer with like the helicopter shots and the explosions in the car. But then when Will Smith did something, we cut me in there. And when Martin did something, we cut him in there. And so we did all kind of fun like stuff like that my whole life. And so I guess I've kind of always done it. And then, like I said, I worked for the other production companies I graduated in 2007, my master's, 2004, my bachelor's, and then I worked for those other companies till, like I said, maybe about 2016, 17 was when I kind of took that leap. So yeah, so it's been quite the journey. And like I said, I think, and I'm making a new transition now to where, like I said, I think I've kind of realized. And once again, I want to say another shout out to this space. I'm working with my boy Ryan Smith, Stapleverse. Shout out, he's helping me on the rebrand of my business. We're working together, you know. And so that's another, once again, another relationship that I've built in this space. Another that's helping me in my real life, business and on all of the above. And so we're working on, rebranding some stuff now where we're kind of focusing more on focusing more on our focuses and on me focusing more on getting the clients and producing stuff and having a better stream flow and process in our clients and all that. So yeah.
Love it. Dre, what you got?
Yeah, I got a list. I've been taking
Yeah.
lists when I go to these things now. So one, we got to see this Bad Boys trailer that you and your brother did, bro. You got to dig that up from the crates and put that somewhere
Oh,
so we
I
can
think I
see it.
got it, bro. Yeah, I think I
We got
can.
to see that. We
I
got
think
to
I could
see
do
that.
that.
Yeah, please let me know. Two,
Okay.
that's how you know you ultimate daddy duty when you buy the shoes big enough for him to grow into it. That's the ultimate daddy strategy, man. Get his man his flowers. That's how you know. Three, I definitely remember the Euphoria Drake chat, and I definitely remember the remarks that you made. You're going to have to speak about those at some point in time. You're going to have to man up about that stuff because we went deep about that on that day. And it's crazy that you was at Nike the day because we was going in about this, and this man was at Nike about to go to a meeting and talking about Euphoria and all that. But an elephant never forgets. And four, without you breaking the NDA, what was the most memorable thing that you saw at Nike that you can share with us? And it doesn't have to be Artifact, just Nike, period. Like the thing that you saw was like, oh shit, this is crazy.
Um, I guess, I will say, okay, I will test the NDA by saying I saw some really cool stuff that I'm really excited about. So I will say that first of all. I won't say more than that. I won't go test it more, but I saw some really really cool stuff that I wasn't expecting to see that I'm really excited about. So there was that. But what I can actually talk about, um, I I think honestly, the truth is, it was all super impressive, right? It really was. But seeing a company on that scale, and I really do feel like I got to see some of the inside workings because I did. They took me around everywhere to talk to people to see the different. I got to see so many different spaces and rooms and workshops and talk to different people. But I do think really what impressed me the most and what I took away the most was the relationship the Artifact and Nike team have together and what they're building together. And once again, I can't say too much, but I'm assuming I don't know anything, but I don't think that the whole team was there just for little old me. Like I'm assuming they were all there, because they're meeting with other people, and working with other people in the company on lots of other cool things. And so like I guess like I underestimated how I don't even underestimated is the right word, but like I really was impressed by the team and the Nike and the team relationship, and I was really impressed by I guess both, and then just taking kind of I guess individualizing those, uh, both the people, the Nike team, and shout out to Tyler, shout out to Alex, shout out to Derek, shout out to Tiffany, shout out to everybody who helped hands on there, and the Artifact team, Nikhil, Toby, Zap, Chris, Ben. Everybody was just super helpful and cool, and but I could see, they were working. I could see them working on their thing when I wasn't there, like a fly on the wall, and I could see the excitement and the passion and the ideas and the creativity and just the building and this is like it's what I want. It's something I want to be a part of. It's something that I would believe in. Their values that what I saw them doing are values that I believe in, are the future that I would want to see created. They're brands that I would want to support and be part of and doing the things that I would want them to do. And I believe in my heart that they have the best intentions in mind And what I mean by best intentions are to make the coolest things possible, whether digital or physical, and make it an impact on the way that we interact and express ourselves. And really, oh, and another big thing too, as people saw in this, that came across me, they're fighting for creatives. It may not seem like that to everybody, but the way they talked about it to me, to everybody else, I interviewed these guys for over an hour, and talked to them for well over that outside of this, like really sat down and chopped it up with them. And they really are fighting for creators. They want to empower creators. They want to help give us a lot. I've seen creators be frustrated about not being able to necessarily make money, at this stage. And I understand it and I get it, but that's their goal. Like, that's really what they want to do. They do want to help creators make money off of their talents. And I really do believe that they really do believe in that and are really invested with that. And nobody said that to me. Nobody asked me to say that. Nobody told me. Nobody talked to me about that. It was just, I could tell by talking to them that this is something that they're actually really passionate about. And so that, I guess that's what stood out to me.
Hey, just because you own the artifact creator spaces, you ain't got to show that hard. You ain't got to go in like that. But it's cool. It's cool. I
Let
like what you're
him
saying, man.
continue. Yes, let him continue. Say more, Sam. Say more.
Hey, no, it's true. Like, it's true. It's like, I think, like, because the thing is, they're creators. Like, they're creators. They created skins and ideas, and they're creators. That's how they came up. Like, they create that's the community they come from, and they believe that our community is talented, and they want to. I believe they want to empower people in our community, and I believe that, it's hard. I think everything's just, harder. I don't I believe they made plenty of mistakes too, and I believe everybody said more than enough about all of that. But like, I mean, not more than enough, the right amount. I believe everything's justified. I just believe it's complicated and it's all a lot, and we're all trying our best out here. But I do believe that's something, like I said, that I do believe, like, all my heart, just kind of seeing the background, looking in. It's like, oh wow, who's out there? And I've also heard, some people aren't too, I don't know, I shouldn't say whatever, but I will say that I also do think that they're gamers. They're gamers. They love the gaming community. They want to try to tie in the gaming community and the fashion community, and that hasn't been done before, but that doesn't mean that it can't be done. And I think there's a very, very bright future in tying those things together. So that they're fighting for gamers, they're fighting for creators, and I think that's genuinely their top priorities.
Snap, I know you said quite a lot of nice things about the boys, the Artifact boys, but were they that nice? Would you work with them again?
Yeah, I would work with him, and I know you guys. Hey, contrary to popular belief, even Benoit is nice, bro. Even Benoit is super friendly, super cool, super chill, friendliest dude in the group. And Zap is absolutely awesome. Zap. What really impressed me about Zap is that he is so well spoken. Like, I would just ask him a question and he would just whip. Like, I could have legit just made a whole video of Zap, just because he just has these, like, perfectly. That's why I could tell. That's why they stick him in front of the camera, because he could just say it. Like, and he says it right, like, just perfect. Like, just, bro, how did you say that, bro? Like, I don't even, like, and then Benoit, he's a legend because he's got such a great personality. He's so fun to be around, and then he always says the deep. He always got some deep. Like, I'd be thinking, like, after he says something, I just got to sit there for a second and absorb it, because then they come with the French accent too, so it sounds extra deep. So I'll be like, man, that was a real nugget of truth right there. Like, sheesh, I have to take off my hat and rub my forehead for a second, and then before I went on with the interview. So no, I love working with them, and they're super awesome. And you know what, easy to work with. Easy to work with. There was not any divaness or demandness or anyness. It was just cool. It was just coolness. It was like, yo, I have this idea. Yo, that's a great idea. Yo, thanks. It was just all positive vibes and easy to work with guys. So yeah.
The character analysis was so on point.
Yeah, and I didn't touch on Clegg and Mai, but you already know he's the absolute mad scientist. Like I said, you already know he's legit the mad scientist behind it all. And so it was, and then Toby too. Don't let Toby fool you, because Toby's really the mad scientist. He be trying to stay quiet. Toby trying to stay quiet, doesn't say much. He just really chill, really low key, really. But he's that type of bad scientist. It's the quiet ones you got to watch out for. He's really I'm so it was, they're all super dope. And even Nikhil, bro, I was dying when I saw that video of Nikhil hooping. I was like, man, bro, I wish I could have got out there and hooped with them. So no, I love the whole team, man. I love everybody on the team. I love I mean, and down, I could go on forever, man. And like I said, in the community, the team, absolutely everybody. Shout out to everybody. I love everything about. I think our community gets a bad rap sometimes. And I think I don't know. I think maybe sometimes, there's this space and then there's a lot of communities in this space and there's a lot of overlap. I think maybe a lot of complaints are more this space related than our community related, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm biased, whatever. All I know is I love our community. I think there are a lot of really awesome people and I'm really grateful to be part of it and to have the relationships that I've built.
I'm just really grateful that our ecosystem has, you know, gravitated people like you guys, talented, incredibly talented and well spoken creators to us, and that you had the opportunity to go and work with the founders, with the whole team, and have a completely different insight into what it actually means to be a part of Artifact. And it's something that's really, really difficult to communicate with everybody. You just have to see it. But unfortunately, some things just can't be shown. So the fact that somebody from the community, somebody who I personally, and I know a lot of other people as well, respect so much, has been there firsthand and seen it for himself. And now you are basically like our spokesperson. You can, speak on behalf of the team and as well as the community. So you have both sides to account for. So thank you so much for the words. I know Golden Age is laughing at me because he knows I'm getting emotional just speaking. But yeah, those words were very, very touching. Thank you.
Yes, no, and I will say it was a dream job for me, honestly. Like I said, filmmaking has taken me lots of places, and I've worked lots of really cool jobs, and I'm very grateful, very, very grateful for that. But this, I'm not gonna lie, it was a dream job. I mean, it was epic, bro. It was so cool to get to go to Nike headquarters and work on the release of a Nike shoe. I go to the gym and I hoop with my guys at the gym all the time. I'm telling them like, yo, I'm working on this Nike project. I don't, I don't want to brag too much, but I got to tell y'all about this one. And I generally don't. I'm not a guy. I generally don't tell people about anything that I do. I generally a person who keeps to myself. But this one, I'm gonna be wearing the shoes the first day, all that. So it really was a dream job for me. And I also would like to say, just for the people who, not that anybody cares or that it's important, but I just would love to say because as part of this community, there were times in the past where I was very outspoken against Artifact, and people, nowadays I am very pro Artifact. And I would just like to speak on that really quickly, and I just want to share, just in case there's any confusion or anything. Like, yes, of course, like I've worked with these guys, and sure, like I want to keep the door open to working with them again. But I mean, I would never want to keep the door open for working with anybody that I didn't respect, or especially that I didn't respect their morals or what they were about, or if I thought that they were doing anything even remotely close to shady, or like I wouldn't want to work with that type of person. So I want to say that just the honest truth is, the reason I feel the way I feel is because I feel that way. I mean, that's just the honest truth. Like if the positive things, the way I say, like I literally um was one of the people and have been one of the people and agree that you don't want to have a bunch of yes men around you in any situation, just telling you everything you do is right and good, and that you need to call people out when they're wrong, and it's toxic positivity is a problem. Like I agree with all of that times a million. I am very aware of it, agree with it, see how it can be a problem, see how it has been a problem, see that you need balance and all those things. But I just want to, say that, you know, where I stand today is where I stand today, and it's just where I'm at in my journey, based on my experience, the totality of my experiences and what I've seen and the people I've met, and I very much believe in this community and this team and this brand and everything, and I I mean that, and trust me, if there comes a time when I didn't, I would. Y'all know that I ain't gonna. Y'all know I'm not gonna hesitate to snap off. So, so yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick.
I can't stop laughing. That was so rude. Dre, you got your hand up.
Yeah, did Fairy just hit him with the wrap it up box though? With the that was
No.
mad. That was great. No. I got a list again, and I gotta go in. One, you got to talk your shit, Snap, man. Like you are a very well seasoned, well executed, very professional. You're a vet in the game, Emmy nominated, Emmy award winning you should be able to brag, man, because you're doing the work. You're not just talking out the side of your neck. You're executing and showcasing with your tenacity and your talents. So don't look at it as a brag. It can't be a brag if it's the truth. You know what I mean? So talk your shit, man. And that's what this is about, for you to be able to talk your shit. That's first point. Second point, I have to piggyback off of what you're saying about the yes man point, because as of recently, I've been going through the same type of emotions that I saw you declare earlier about things and not lining up with where you thought things should be or how you should be celebrated within the community. So I totally understand. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I want to say. Like, things happen. You don't have to agree with everything. If you think it's going in a different direction, and it should maybe go in another direction, you should be able to voice your opinion. That's what the point of being in the community is about. We had a conversation about this earlier in the Bad Take group chat, where it's another space that's coming up soon, and some of the people in the community want to jump on the space and have a discussion with the guy who's throwing the space, and some of the people within the community thought we shouldn't because that guy said something negative about an artifact and so on and so forth. But it's all about learning and adjusting, and you might see something from a certain perspective at one day, and the next day, times pass, you might see it from a different perspective. That's the human experience, and there's nothing wrong with changing your perspective and or voicing your opinion. So with all of that being said, I appreciate you doing that because it showcases how real you are as an individual. You don't just go along with the group think. If you feel like it's out of pocket, you're going to say, yo, this is out of pocket. If you feel like it's in pocket, like you just said, yo, this is awesome, I can't wait to see it, you're going to say it. And that's what we need more of as a community, all the way around, to have this thing grow to where it can grow. Barry, go ahead and hit the wrap it up box, and I'm done.
Does anybody else have anything else to say?
I know somebody else got a list. Who got a list? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just
Yes,
kidding.
you got
Nah,
it.
I appreciate you, Dre. I appreciate you, fam. And like I said, and I want to say, man, I wish that I could, like, I try to do the best. We all try to. I mean, I don't know, whatever. But I just want to say how much I appreciate you directly. But like you said, now, not just you, everybody, bro. Like, there's so many people that I appreciate, and I feel like maybe sometimes it gets lost in translation on Twitter and text and all that stuff. But yeah, bro, we got some dope people, I just want to say, like you said, really quick, just that yes, you can't hide from anything, right? Just pretending something isn't the way it is not going to help anything. You just need to be aware of it and address it, and be aware of where you stand and work through it. And you have to like, you can't just pretend something isn't the way it is. So yeah, got to talk about it, bro.
Sorry to do this, Snap. We saw Boo coming up, and we can't not bring him up. So, Boo, what you got?
Yo, I'm on my lunch break, baby. I got like 26 minutes left of this 30, But guess what? When we work, we build. And my God, I love SirSnapback. I love this human. Never change, baby. Always keep it 100. And guess what? That feedback is priceless. Give it to me. I want to know when I'm messing up. I want to know when I'm doing great. And my brother, you are doing fan-fucking-tastic. Let's keep those checks flowing towards your way, because the look that you give these videos and everything, that's what we need, baby. We need to continue to empower community members like you. Shit, you're beyond a community member at this point. And again, I'm glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. Oh my God, it's going on 2 years. I just had to jump up here, give my flowers. I just got my some information in down here so I can get my marriage license going, and so I can start pumping out some kids, baby. You're an incredible dad. You're an inspiration. I look up to you. I just love what you're doing. Never fucking stop, man. If you ever get a little less convicted, just come in my DM and we can get bullish, baby. Bullish! Fucking love you, Snap. I gotta run, though. I gotta run, okay? I'll talk to you soon. All the flowers, my guy. Artifact, keep booking this dude.
Yeah, bro, you're a legend, bro. I can never keep up with you, bro. And that's like I said, I can't even start to list without forgetting most of the people I want to list. But another absolute legend, Boo, and another great example. Like, you see what he's doing, making the most out of this opportunity and these relationships, and working with Stableverse and putting out these dope hosting their thing and putting that dope content with that. And now the and he's got his Rug Radio thing, and I would just say too with Boo. Same thing here. Me and Boo have worked on stuff, but the same thing. Boo reached out to me, put me in some contact with some other people that he works with, to put me in contact with my family stuff going on. It wasn't even Web3 related or this or the other, but you got this YouTube video with your family. I got these people working on this. Let me get you guys in contact. And That's what it's all about, man. And so, like, literally, as you said that, bro, I started to scroll down the list of even just people in this chat that I could shout out. And bro, it's like like we would be here all day because I truly love, like, everybody's like, and then literally everybody, I couldn't even shout them out without saying why they're so dope, because they all I literally know why each and every person is so dope, because everybody has so much to offer and contribute. So if you're down there, please believe I know you and I love you and I appreciate you. And I know I've like, not only do I know, I mean, I know all of you on a very close, like, Twitter basis, but like on a personal basis, like in person, face to face, like, I have great friendships with so many of these people. So
I love it, man. But it was also his energy is like a shot of Red Bull, and I miss that.
yeah,
It's like I haven't had that in a minute, and I really
bro.
just remember why I love Red Bull.
Bro, I remember when I did the spaces with Boo. Shout out to Boo for having me on his spaces, and shout out to make sure you check out everything he's hosting, the host master as well. But when he had me on his spaces, he was already hyped and he was drinking a Red Bull while he was talking to me that hyped, and I was just like, bro's heart is going to explode during this episode, bro. But absolutely love it, and I'm here for it, and we need it, bro. We need it. We need that. We need that balance. And that's and just like with Dre, that's the other thing I was going to throw in on that topic is one thing I've learned just across the board is a lot of times we see things in black and white, and almost always it's gray. It's just almost always gray. A lot of times we see things in black and white and we want to jump. I think a lot of times our emotions push us into those black and white zones, but almost always the truth almost always lies in the gray. So yeah, man, try to keep it even. So we need yeah. Boo is on one of the ends of the. He's not on the gray end. He's the black and the white, bro. He's all of it. He's a rainbow.
Oh my god, that was so beautiful. Black and white, grey, yes, it all makes sense. But you know what, guys? If you're feeling the same love that Snap has been giving to you, then all you need to do to repay it back is to tap on his profile, go into his bio. You've got the YouTube link over there. Just give some love on the
Oh
YouTube channel.
yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot to say. I should say. You know what? So a funny thing, real quick. So we're on like episode 88. I think maybe in 2 episodes we've said, "Could you please like and subscribe?" And I know that's like, every time you do a YouTube video, they scream at you. You have to scream like in the first minute, "Please like and subscribe to our video." And like we just always forget. And I guess we should be remembered. But I guess I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know that we're doing it for the subscribers, but we should. Whatever. We should do it. We're trying to get to the habit of doing it. Thank you, Fairy, because I forgot once again. Please, that is the truth, though. Please, please, please. We are trying to generate, if we can generate any amount of money to cover the travel expenses for 7 people to go to Disney World and such things through our YouTube channel. Just subscribing would help us get there. So please check us out. The Adventures of the Snapback Family on YouTube. Like, subscribe, turn on your alarm bell. Wait, hold on. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on that alarm bell, come check us out because we're gonna. I don't know. I can't. I was trying to be Boo. I couldn't do it. But anyway,
You can try to be Boo, but you'll never be Boo. He's just a
no, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't. But
yeah.
yes, please, if you could do that, we would love it.
We need those Disney trips funded because if SirSnapback is sad and he's not getting his Disney dose of the week, month, then we're not going to get good content. So just please do what you need to do as a community member, as his friend. And we also have the actual Snapback family account on stage. Who's behind this account? Hello?
Hello. This is Lady Snapback here. And I just wanted to chime in and thank you all for hosting my husband in this spaces today. Trey is the most I'm getting emotional. I'm getting emotional in
Now
speaking
I'm gonna
here,
start
but
getting emotional. Stop it.
Trey is the hardest working and most genuine person that I've ever known. And he has so much potential and so much talent and so much drive, and he's amazing. And he's humble, I feel like Dre was saying earlier, to I can't remember the phrasing of it, but he is very humble. And I don't think that he gives himself as much credit as he deserves. And so it warms my heart to hear him be able to speak about his experiences and his feelings about what he does and his beliefs. And I wanted to come on here and give him his flowers. I think that's the terminology that you guys use. And just tell you, Trey, because I know I don't say it enough, that I'm very proud of you and I appreciate you. And I know that you know that I have all the faith and belief in you. And I'm happy to see that everyone else sees it in you as well. And I have to just like Dre and really people who really know him, he's genuine. He tells it like he is. He does not hold back. And I was skeptical in the beginning, as many wives may have been when it comes to this crypto and Web3 and all of this. But it's really been just awesome watching the connections he's been able to make and the really cool things that are coming out of Artifact. And I even share it with my students because I think it's so awesome, and they probably think that I'm crazy, but it is the future, and I'm happy that Trey is a part of it, and I'm very proud of him. So I just wanted to hop on and say that.
Oh, I love you. Thank you so much. And I want y'all to know that I know that's special because she don't do spaces. I'm surprised she even figured out how to get on there and do the, get accept the request and all that good stuff. So, thank you, babe. I am proud. I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time and I know you mean it. And I would just say too that's the key to life, bro. Get you. I don't care if it's a wife, a husband, a dog, a cat, a fish, a son, and get you something that holds you down. Prayer holds you down like she holds me down, and like I hold her down because the truth is, like I said, when I said I was going to quit my job and move in with my family, and move in with my mom trust company, she said, "Let's do it." When I said, "Babe," she's like, I think she may have been pregnant at the time. I'm like, "Babe, I'm gonna fly out to New York City for Artifact with a bunch of people that I've never met before and go to this party." She said, "Do it," And so, and she's always been like that. When I said, "Babe, I'm gonna buy this cartoon picture," she said, "Do it," And then you know what? She's never once, it's wild as this ride has been. She's never said you shouldn't have done that. She's never said you made the wrong decision or you got to, whatever. She's just always been supportive. She's always been super supportive. So yeah, find somebody that holds you down like that. Something, grasshopper, anything.
Yo, it sounds like baby number 6 is incoming tonight.
Nah, ain't gonna be after those twins, bro. Those twins, that was baby number 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, all in one, bro. After those twins, I can't handle any more children. I'm done. That's it. That's it. Well, we're gonna have lots of grandkids. We got 5 boys. I'm sure we'll have lots of grandkids when the time is right. 20 years or so.
Guys,
And the
remember,
slogan is
daughter.
talk your shit. Talk your shit, Trey. Test. Talk your shit, Trey.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, don't forget, you need a daughter, so don't forget to sign those adoption papers, guys, okay? They're right there, they're waiting. And I think that's it, guys. I think this has been so beautiful. I've got tears coming down my face. This has been an emotional roller coaster. SirSnap, I am so proud of you. Honestly, watching your journey throughout the space, you've said it yourself. It's been lots of ups and downs, but geez, you eventually got to a place where you are blossoming and you're shining bright, and there's so much more potential here. And I just can't wait to see what the future holds for you and your family. And I can't wait to see another one of those Disney vlogs. I'm gonna picture myself there along with you guys having a pretzel or something. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for joining. Snap, do you have any last words? Any I don't know, words of wisdom, as if you haven't dropped a billion so far? No, he said. Okay.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I was talking with the mic off. I'm talking about my wife. Don't know how to use the microphone. I might be fresh out of wisdom. I was saying, my wife, brought me to tears. But I did just want to say though, what we do got to do is we got to one of these times get the Artifact Disney turn up, or a Web3 Disney turn up, friends and family Disney turn up, whatever it is, we got to do it. I guarantee it will be a memory that will last a lifetime for everybody. Everybody will have the best day ever, guaranteed. So we'll help coordinate. We'll be the travel agents, the hosts, but one day But I just the last thing I just want to say is that let's like Sherry just said, let's just keep. I'm very excited about the future because we literally are building the future. Like we are building the future together, and not a lot of people get the opportunity to do that. And I think sometimes things can get lost in the space and what we're doing because obviously everybody's trying to make money, but we're having an opportunity to really impact the future and how things are done and interact. So I'm excited for what's to come. Animus, dunks, let's get it, and more and more.
Let's get it. Everybody have a good week, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Remember, everybody has to say bye.
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 Go find you someone that loves you like Mrs. Snap. God.
I knew he was crying.